teachers. Outschool has just recently updated their policy, changes that teachers can make regarding their online class listing. Today I'm going to share with you what you can change and what you can't change regarding your class listing without having to resubmit to Outschool for another online class approval. So if you're wondering if you could change these things on your online class listing, things like title, your picture, your long description, your short description, the price, the age range, or even the class type, this is the video for you. But first, hello, my name is Sirena with infosincerelysirena.com. I have been living my best online teacher life for a while. You are on the right online teacher channel if you want honest talk about the wonderful life of online teaching and entrepreneurship. So I know I have changed little things on my class listing. As an online teacher, I kind of treat my online class listings and my online classes as organic things. They are constantly changing and evolving over time to better reflect the type of class I have. I have gone back to my class listing as well and changing some things in that listing, optimize SEO regarding to Outschool search engine. So my potential students, when they're looking for a class like mine, it'll pop up. So I'm going to share with you what you can change and what you can't change without having to resubmit for another Outschool class approval. So what you can change like minor little itty bitty things within your class listing, like itty bitty, teeny, just a little bit. As long as you are not completely changing your subject or changing the purpose of your class, then you should be okay. And if you would like to actually go to Outschool support website and read their policy about changing your Outschool class listing, then I will put that down in the description box below. So let's get into what you can change without resubmitting for an Outschool class approval. You can change the wording of the description. If you kind of change up some of the things that you do within class, you can certainly change up the wording of the description. And I'm talking about the long description as well as the short description as well. You can change your course image, and I highly suggest all my Outschool teacher friends to change up that course image time to time, especially if you're at like a lull in booking. And as more classes become available in your niche, you need to make sure that your class image stands out from the rest of them. And if you're struggling with creating a compelling course image, I have two videos for you. I will put these two up here. One is to show you how to design a professionally looking course image through canva.com, as well as one is all about Facebook ads and why Outschool suggests not to include words within your course image. So if you are interested in that, go check those out. What other things that you can change? You can change price. And I have done this. And a lot of teachers do this, especially when they give out discounts. They will, instead of just issuing individual discounts, refunding, they'll just say, hey, this week only, my class is only $5. And then the next week they'll change it back up to the original price. So price, you can change it however many times you want. And I want to tell you a tip about ongoing classes. If you do change your price, if you have ongoing classes, of course those classes repeat and the students are automatically charged each week. So whatever price your ongoing students get in at, that price will remain for the relationship of the online class. So if Sally comes in and she gets a deal at $5 because you ran a sale that week and she wants to stay forever, so forever Sally's classes are going to be $5, regardless if you changed it the week after up to $10. If Sally leaves your class and comes back and you don't have a sale going on that week, then she'll have to pay the non-discounted price, and then her price will be set for the rest of her relationship with your online class. So that's one thing I want you guys to keep in mind on when you give out sales, especially. Okay, another thing that you can change is your section times. Say you were trying to get your feet wet and you open up a bazillion section times and you decide that I really cannot handle teaching 10 times a day. You can go in and cancel those sections, or you can go and change them as well. If you feel like 9 o'clock is not flying with me, I really need to move my ongoing course up to noon. And if it's okay with the parents, you are indeed able to do that change without getting approval from Outschool. Before I get into the things that you cannot do without resubmitting a Outschool class listing approval, if you are loving this video, make sure you show me by hitting that like button. It really, really helps me out. Thanks, friends. What can't you do? You basically can't overhaul and change the integrity of your class listing, your original class listing. You just can't do it. What does that mean? So one thing is your title. I want you to know that Outschool is super picky about their title, about the way things are capitalized, the way things are presented in their title, especially including numbers, age ranges, whatnot. Outschool really does not like that. So if you are completely overhauling your title, you need to make sure you put in for a new class approval through Outschool. Another thing, if you are trying to put in highly searchable words, like say of a particular pop culture item, Legos, Disney princesses, Harry Potter, Hamilton, there are certain rules that those companies had asked Outschool to abide by in order to have those certain classes on there, and that is including how you use their trademark name. So if you are adding any of those highly searched for trademark names, you need to make sure you apply for a new online course listing with Outschool. Alright, so another thing that you cannot do, you cannot change your originally approved age range. If you have, say, a science math class and y'all are making volcanoes and you originally targeted 4 to 6 year olds, but you get into class after like your 5th class, you're like, whoa, these people cannot handle this type of experimentation. I need to bump this class really probably 8 to 12 year olds. So if you're going from that big of an age difference, you need to resubmit for an online class approval with Outschool. Okay, the next thing that you cannot change in your Outschool class listing without getting approval is your class type. This deals with the ongoing one-time multi-day flex class. So you originally got approval for teaching a ongoing math class and you're like, this is awesome, I love teaching this ongoing math class, but I'm gonna be taking maternity leave, so I think I just want to rather just have a flexible class. So you cannot change from ongoing to flexible class. You cannot as well just have an ongoing and tell your students, hey, I know we're supposed to meet, but we're not going to meet. We're just going to pretend that we are meeting. That's a no-go. You need to make sure to resubmit for an online class approval through Outschool. Do not change your class type or have an agreement with your students to change your class type. It's just not good, guys. And if you do indeed, and this is one particular thing that I'm sure if you get caught doing, that might get you kicked off the Outschool teaching platform, which none of us wants to happen. The fourth thing that you cannot change to your online class listing is the number of meeting times per week. So this means that if you have an ongoing course and you are meeting once a week, and you've decided that you probably don't want to meet once a week, we really probably should meet 3 times a week, and I'm just going to bump up my price to reflect that, you really need to resubmit your online class listing to Outschool if you're changing that many times. Okay, so the last but not least thing that you cannot do when changing your course listing is you cannot change your theme or your subject matter. So for example, if you have a ocean theme vocabulary class and that is your theme, ocean, and we're going to talk about ocean animals and it's going to be so much fun, but now you're sick of teaching about ocean animals and maybe you want to talk about land animals now, and it's going to be pretty much the same content. You're going to be teaching vocabulary and how to use those words and how to use those words in conversation, except you're not going to be talking about ocean, you're going to be talking about land animals. Outschool does not want you to do that. You really, really need to submit a new online class listing to Outschool to get that approved. Okay, my friends, I hope you guys learned something new. I hope that you do not break Outschool's policy when changing your online class listing. If you have any questions regarding changes into your Outschool class listing, you can ask me. I will probably, answer as much as I could, but in order to get the official word from Outschool, you really need to reach out to support, and you can do so by submitting a email to support@outschool.com. Okay, my friends, why don't you check out this next video, and I will see you next time. Bye!